Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Saturday morning, the 21st of June, and happy summer solstice to everybody. It's a scorchio day here in Northern England. So we're going to Nova Scotia again today to talk about the disappearance of 6-year-old Lilly and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan from Lansdowne Station. They've been missing since May the 2nd, and over the last few days there's been some very interesting information coming out from people on the inside, people who know the family, and from Daniel himself. So we're going to talk about that. Let's go. Yesterday's video was about Darwood, who is an extended family member of Lilly and Jack's mother, Malaya. And Darwood has been talking to several YouTube channels, and what he's been saying is very divisive. Looking at my comments, I would say that we're split 50-50. Some people say, this is what I thought happened all along, or something along those lines. And then other people saying, no, it's nonsense. We don't know whether Darwood is genuine. We don't know anything about this guy. It's just nonsense. I genuinely don't know. I think it's in play. I can't discount it. Why Malaya would generate a situation where she'd plan to have Lilly and Jack disappeared so that she could escape from Daniel seems like unnecessary. She could have just left. She could have just got someone to pick her up and just gone. But Darwood seems to think that Malaya is easily manipulated, she's very naive, and she was suffering mentally. She had postpartum depression. She was scared. Not that Daniel was doing anything really bad, but she didn't want Daniel to be upset. And she got some PTSD from a previous relationship. So all of that kind of makes sense. And then if somebody offers, a plan, that she would go along with it. And it's very interesting that over the last few days, a reward has been offered by the province of Nova Scotia. And this is a reward of 150,000 Canadian dollars for information about the disappearance of Lilly and Jack Sullivan. So I don't know how you qualify for it. Do Lilly and Jack have to be found based on a tip that you've given? I don't know the specifics. But this is a lot of money. And Becky Druhan, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, in a news release said, "The disappearance of Jack and Lilly Sullivan is felt across the province and beyond, and my heart goes out to the family, the community, and everyone who has been working to find these children since day one. Police and investigators are working tirelessly to find answers, and I urge anyone with information to please share this with the RCMP as soon as possible." So it is interesting. We've got this incentive now. Are the RCMP and lawmakers in general, are they thinking that maybe there are people withholding information, that Lilly and Jack haven't just disappeared off into the woods and they've just not been found yet? That there are people with information. Make up your own mind. The disappearance has been added to the province's major unsolved crimes programme, which the province says is a tool to help police in major unsolved crime cases. And then Malaya's mother has given a brief statement to the press. In a brief call, the children's maternal grandmother told Global News that the family's focus is on finding Lilly and Jack, and that they hope the reward will help the case. So it does seem that this is being considered a criminal investigation, doesn't it? It really does. However, if you're to believe what Darwood's been saying, then Daniel, by definition, has had to be lying when he said that Malaya was sleeping next to him, and then they didn't hear the children for like 20 minutes. Because Malaya, according to Darwood, supposedly went down the end of the driveway with Lilly and Jack. Someone picked them up. Malaya was meant to be following on shortly thereafter. But it all went wrong because Janie, Daniel's mother, saw her. Not with the children had already gone. So Malia then had to say that the children were missing. So Daniel's just gone along with it. Now, Daniel has been texting or Facebook messaging, whatever, with one of the hosts of It's a Crime and Shame. I've screenshotted them so that they're easier to read. I do recognise some of these, so I think I've read some of these before on this channel. But they're worth going through again, and there's some new stuff here. I only wish I could tell you fine details surrounding Malia and her family and the disappearance. I'll let you know that Malia was set to stay with me and the baby to leave with my cousin. Now that's his cousin Logan. Now Logan has spoken out, and apparently Logan now is applying for temporary custody of the baby MEADOW, because it is being alleged that MEADOW has been taken into CPS care after Malia did a runner. Now, I don't know whether any of this is true, take it all with a grain of salt, but apparently baby MEADOW has been taken into CPS custody, and because Daniel's not allowed to see her, Malia was only allowed to keep her while she was under constant supervision. This is all coming from Darwood, so again, take it with a grain of salt. 5 minutes alone with her mother. After the first search briefing, Malia completely changed. She couldn't even look at me. An hour before this, Malia told RCMP she felt happiest and safest with me. It was a different Malia. I will add some more info to the story. We lived in Truro. We moved so she could get away from her mother. Malia couldn't stand being around her anymore. Malia asked me many times recently, in the last few months, if she should cut off her mother from her life. I always said no, that's your mother. Lilly always tried to take her backpack outside because it was her play backpack. My other daughter, who is 8, taught her to do that when me and all the kids would play treasure hunts outside. Malia put Lilly and Jack on the back burner when MEADOW was born. I taught Lilly and Jack everything from potty training, getting, I don't know what that says, from their mouths, maybe dummies, pacifiers. I did everything for them. Lilly and Jack called me dad and came to me for everything, never Malia. She had no control over the kids. They were wild with her, and with me they listened and were well behaved. I promised myself I'd always be there for Malia and the kids, and I'm holding that promise. Okay, so is he lying for her? Because he's promised to look after her. I'm not being negative towards Malia. I love her, but never lie, because that's just not me. I say the truth even if it hurts. I'm sorry to say that, but I live in reality, and reality is what it is. If Darwood's story's true, then you have been lying, because how could Malia be asleep by the side of Daniel? Did she creep back into bed? But then Daniel would still know, because his mother saw her. So things are not gelling for me. Her mother seized her phone and probably has her car keys. I know this because when my cousin called her phone on a private number, her mum picked up and said, Malia's phone, who's this? Her mother has something over her head of some kind. After her and her mother talked, Malia was not the same. Okay. Well, if Malia's family know where the children are, then she does have something over Malia's head. She's a psychopath. I know that because she displays the traits. And I was only waiting for one trait to be exposed. I think that might be one trait to be exposed. And that was no empathy. And I finally seen it on full display when she never shed a tear the day of the disappearance. It's effing beyond sad. My heart breaks for Malia. I don't know whether all of these are in order, but no eye contact. Online is going after her, not me anymore. I passed my lie detector test. I told you I don't lie and tell the truth. Now they're hiding, hoping all this blows over, but I'm not letting it. I'm doing everything I can for these kids. She does no media. I do media for Lilly and Jack. They need someone to speak out. Took the RCMP 12 minutes to arrive on site, and Malia's mom was there a few minutes later. She lives an hour and 16 minutes away. You tell me if that's strange. Okay, that is strange. Tell the truth, but I can't comment on anything that will harm the investigation. Homicide detectives came right, and told me, we know you have nothing to do with it. I was the one who said, here's my phone and lie detector test, let's do it. Somebody in my comments asked me whether they've checked Malia's phone, and I think they must have done, but I don't know for sure. Okay, Malia's time of 10 a.m. is false, and we'll leave it at that. Okay, well, we know that on the dispatch audio, it said 8, last seen at 8. Were the kids picked up at 8? I don't know. She refers to me as her partner. It's weird too. She never does wording like that. I love her more than anything. That will never change. I'm waiting for that chance to relive our first day over waterfalls and a walk on Big Island Beach with the Daniel you first met. She will know what that means. Malia asked me when noticed the kids were gone, should I call the police? The effing kids are gone. What else should you do? My mum was napping and came outside because she heard me yelling. You see, if what Darwood's saying is true, this is a lie. Because apparently the mother came outside when Malia was down the driveway, not when he was shouting for Lilly and Jack. Malia was playing on her phone. Mum came out and said Malia had a look of worry in her eyes that Mum was home. No tears, she wasn't scared the kids were gone. Just a look of worry, she got caught for something wrong. Well, there you go. That does fit, doesn't it? So there's just a little change, a little white lie, but that does fit what Darwood's been saying. She never yelled once the kids' names to try to find them. Mum said she acted odd. I ran through the house, searching every room. I ran outside the back sliding door. Did everything so fast. She said they're gone when we were both outside. Not only with me, because Malia rarely ever went outside with her. I ran through streams up to my waist many times. I could have slipped on a wet rock, hit my head and died. Or fallen on a stick or branch. Wow, yeah, and got impaled. Remove all that from yesterday. Remove it now. It paints Malia in a bad light. Just please remove it. People are attacking Malia, detectives told me. So, I don't know what that's relating to. Presumably a video. Got some more here. I told investigators to polygraph her family, and they are. I work with detectives. That's why this can't get out. If it does, then I lose my in with investigators. What about Hayden? That's Malia's brother. I'm not sure on that one. I'd watch out. He used to be close to Malia. Why no media standing up for Jack and Lilly? Even the natives pulled back and don't want involvement. Just did an on-set interview. That's the CBC one. Over an hour long with the cameraman and producers and interviews. So there's an hour of footage. We've only seen like 10 minutes of it. They're going to release more. Malia didn't want to be anywhere near Cody. She was afraid even to drive anywhere close even. Don't worry, I have a guy on the inside now. I can't say more than that, but the evidence is mounting. The only problem is it's going to be hard for someone to give up the kid's location. Okay. This is sounding like what Darwood said. The amount of jail time for this will be unheard of. Don't say anything to anyone. I won't, but that doesn't make sense because Cody didn't live here. He was in Truro. He only moved back 10 months ago. She was afraid that she would be there and he would show up. I'm being honest. I think we finally know her and her family are a little crazy. Maybe more than a little. Malia's whole life has been nothing but negative. She found me and she was happy. But Cindy, Malia's mother, didn't like seeing her daughter happy. And now look at the mess. Lilly and Jack are innocent and they never deserve this. Breaks my heart. At this point, I wouldn't trust a word out of her mouth. You see her fighting for Jack and Lilly? Her family has been saying effed up shit to CPS. That's why I can't see MEADOW. Malia and her family have done so much wrong, not to Jack and Lilly, but to everyone. I raised Jack and Lilly, I potty trained them, I played outside with them, I taught the kids how to zip their coats, I did all. She played on her phone all day. She doesn't know how to raise kids. The kids used to hit and bite her and scratch her. She had no control over them. They just see her as the girl that makes food for them. I know this sounds bad, but that's cut off. Oh, there we go. I know this sounds bad, but I'm being honest. I don't lie. It's hurt when I tell the truth, but I can't lie because that's all the world is nowadays. People can judge me all they want, but I just like being honest. Well, so what is the truth? What is the truth? Is what Darwood's been saying along the right lines? Or do we go back to square one and just ignore everything that Darwood has said? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.